What's up guys, welcome to today's video, and as you can probably tell it's not a normal vlogmas. I've done something a bit different today just because I felt like it. Now as I said yesterday, I'm so excited for the new Star Wars film. This is going to be a theme this week. If you haven't noticed by now, I'm probably going to go and see it 2 times this week, so you'll probably see me come in and out of cinemas. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I thought for today, because I've been quite tired and I haven't really been filming normal like vlogmas videos, I will do a special my prediction for the new Star Wars The Force Awakens film as today's vlog. If you're not a Star Wars fan, don't watch it. Fine, but if you are a Star Wars fan, let's begin. I want to point out now, this is a non-spoiler. I have read theories and stuff like that, but I'm not going to bring up any of that in this video, and I promise you that now. The way I'm going to do this, I'm going to talk about each individual character and each individual things we have seen in the trailers and stuff like that, and what I would like personally to see from the brand new film and the brand new trilogy. And on that note, I would like to start with one of the main questions that all of us are asking: where is Luke Skywalker? Now I'm going to throw an absolute limb out there and just say I personally have just this tiny feeling, and this is not me saying it has happened, it's not me spreading rumours, this is not me anything, but I personally think that Luke Skywalker will be either in hiding, ready to train a new Jedi, or turn to the dark side. Now I'm not going to go into any theories behind this because, as I said, it's a non-spoiler review or non-fan theory review, but that's where I personally think it is, and where we're going to pick up from is that Luke has lost like all hope or something like that, and he has turned to the dark side, or that he is in hiding from a battle he had before with maybe other characters. So another huge note is Han Solo. What's going to happen to him? Well, if you've seen a few things, I don't know what will really happen to Han in this film. I personally hope he will stay alive, and I think he will stay alive because as much as he has said, I'd like Han to die, my reason I think he will stay alive is because, let's think about this, this is the first of 3 brand new films that are going to be in this series. Why would they kill off a main character huge as like Han Solo in the first film? Just be huge for the whole entire franchise. I don't actually think J.J. Abrams would go, yeah, let's kill Han off in the first film. I think they would wait until at least the 2nd or 3rd at least film to do something like that. And now of course onto Princess Leia, and now what's been going on with her. I personally think with her, she's either been with Han, obviously, and they got married, and I'm almost positive that they've had kids. I think the kids, and I think, without saying that as a spoiler, I think nearly, without even seeing the trailers, if you've seen the last films, we're predicting that Han and Leia's kids will be in this film. Somehow, maybe characters we've seen in the trailers, maybe not. I'm predicting that they will have kids. And I personally think she will be in charge of the New Republic at the moment. Because, let's think about this, they fought it for all this time, after all the battles I had, and then they finished at the end of episode 3. I personally think that she will be in charge of one of the big spaceships in the new film, and she's the commanding officer and all that kind of stuff. I think that's where we're going to find her in this film, and I personally think she's going to have a really big role in this new film, because as J.J. Abrams said, he is putting as much effort into the old characters as he is into the new, so new and old fans will love the new series. On to the new characters, and I'm going to start with John Boyega's character, Finn. Now Finn is probably the character I am most interested in. I think Finn is going to be a really important character. I think he is going to have an extremely important role, because obviously he is going to be a main character, but I think there's more to him than even what we know. And as I said, I'm not going to go into what other people may know because I'm not spoiling a lot here, but I personally think there's going to be some sort of thing, maybe at the end of the first film, maybe in the second, that will just be huge for that character. And now, of course, on to Poe Dameron. Now, Poe is a character, I can't remember the name of the actor that's playing him. I think he will be a very interesting character, just because there is not that much we know about him. We know that he's a TIE fighter, we know that he's a pilot of some kind, driving one of the X-Wings, but that's all we basically know. There really is not a lot that we know about this character. And now on to Rey, also known as Daisy Ridley, the actor that is playing her. Now, they have come out now as a few of the reviews, and obviously I have not seen the reviews, I've just seen little tweets. And even in the tweet of not ruining everything, people are saying Rey is the absolute star of this film. With Daisy Ridley's character, I personally think Rey is going to be like the new Luke Skywalker. And my reason for this is because we've seen her in the trailers, and as I said, I'm not going to ruin too much, but in the trailers, she has basically been seen on this new planet, which I'll not say the name of, which looked a lot like Tatooine. And it looked basically a lot like the beginning of the trailers for A New Hope, if you look back at them. So I personally think that the thing that they're doing with the new franchise, which I think is really clever, is they're telling the same kind of story, but with a female character, but with all this expanded universe behind it, which personally I think is genius, because the old fans will relate to it and go, hey, it's like Luke Skywalker's journey, and the new fans will be like, that's so cool, because it was the exact same kind of stuff we had from when we saw the films the first time. And now I'm going to go into depth of one of the biggest characters that has just been like one of the characters for me that has been, I want to know so much more about you, and that is Kylo Ren. Now Kylo Ren, as the majority of us know, is the new bad guy in this film, and I think there's going to be something huge about this character that is going to make loads of sense. I personally think that Kylo Ren is going to be related to Han and Leia, or is Luke Skywalker's son. If it's Han and Leia's, it makes more sense. But with Luke, it then leaves the mysterious thing of, and who's the mum? And then you'd have to go into that whole thing in the characters. But I personally think it's going to be that, and I think he is going to be an amazing bad guy. I think he is going to be at the same level as Darth Vader. I really do. I have so much hope for Kylo Ren. Especially with the way that they've made him look a bit like Darth Vader. But they've made it original. They've kind of made a new take on it. And they've actually said that it's nothing like a Star Wars character that we've ever had before. Which I think is a really interesting thing to say. Now I'm going to go into the characters that you may not have heard of, and are basically characters that have not had as much promotion as the ones I have spoken about so far. I'm going to start talking about is Captain Phasma. Now Captain Phasma is the one behind me, which is here. If you guys can see that, if you want to zoom in, is a stormtrooper, but it's a female stormtrooper with a red cape that's silver. It's a silver stormtrooper with a big ass gun. That is literally all I know. I personally think she's going to be like the second in command, so like in chart works for Kylo Ren, but is like the commanding officer underneath him. That's personally all I know about that character, but I think Captain Phasma is going to be a huge character, and I think there's just going to be loads of people that are going, that gun's amazing. I think that's going to be one of the big things for that character. Now another character that I'm going to go into is a character you probably haven't even heard of, that's called Maz Khalifa, if I have pronounced that properly. Now Maz Khalifa is all CGI. The way they've made this character is basically the actress that's played her, she's had these dots put on her face, so it's motion capture. And the thing with it is that it will be all animated, but all the expressions of her. And all we know about this character is basically her eyes are her most powerful weapon, and that she has seen things in the past that can help other characters. So in my opinion, even though that's a tiny bit, and we've only literally seen one photo of this character, which is still really blurry, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say right now, I think this new Maz Khalifa character is going to be the Yoda of this series. Because from what I've heard, and just from them little things, think about it, her eyes have seen things that could help other characters, meaning that it knows the past and the future, in my opinion. And the thing that its eyes are the most powerful weapon, I think it's going to be something really cool, like when the eyes come out, they can literally shoot out of the body and go into someone else and control their mind through the force or something like that. That's what I think it's going to be. It's a crazy, crazy thing. But I personally think that Maz Khalifa is going to be like the new Yoda of the series. And finally, a character that I haven't even spoke about yet, it's BB-8. Now BB-8 is a character, it's the new drone, it's the new R2-D2. It's two little circles and they just drive around, and it looks really cool. It's a really cool new robot that they've come up with. Now the thing that I've had with BB-8 from the very beginning is I think BB-8 is going to have the same kind of thing as R2-D2. I think if you look back at A New Hope, you'll remember that R2-D2 had a message from Leia, and I think BB-8 is going to have something like that on him. I think BB-8 is going to be carrying like a really powerful weapon, or a really important thing on its insides. I think that BB-8 is going to be such an important character in this series, and I think that's going to be like the little gem that people are going to grab on with him, because it was kind of like the same thing with R2-D2. It was really important, but it was also really funny and very cute at the same time. That's why people love R2-D2, and I think they're going to go down the same route with BB-8. And that's all my talk and my prediction for the new film. Now I'm going to go into what I would like to see from the new film. Now, what I would like to see from the new film is simply this. I want to see brilliant references from the old films. I want genius moments. I want something that they've never even done before, or has never even been done in films. You know, like how they had the moment of just like, Luke, I am your father. I want something like that. Not necessarily in the first film, but somewhere down the lines in this series. Something that has never been done before. A complete new way to twist storylines. Something like that that will change everything. And I think some of them things are kind of like lined up. But I really do think that something like that should happen. The thing that I'm really looking forward to is J.J. Abrams has actually come out and said a lot of the stuff is just practical effects. The thing that I've heard that's really cool is the lightsabers that they use is like massive flares, and they've put colours inside them, and when they put them together there were actual sparks behind them, so all they've done is just like edited them so they look cooler in the films, but literally they had actual lightsabers on the set. And to think that half the stuff that in the film is going to be physical, it's going to be real, it's not going to be all CGI, I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to look that much more intense for the film. Another thing I'm really looking forward to, and the thing that I think we're all expecting, will be a cliffhanger, just massive cliffhanger. As much as I will hate them, I'm just thinking there will be a huge cliffhanger at the end of the first, the second, and of course just in the middle of the last film, and then it will all make sense obviously at the end of it. But I'm really just thinking there will be brilliant ways to cliffhang each film until the third one. So yeah. As of what I would like to see from like the story, I want to see something like the Legends has been thrown around quite a bit. I'd like to see something like that, but I'd like something original. I said that before, but something that just hasn't been done before, and yet it's nothing that even the fans, like the die-hard fans like me, could even think of, because even in our minds it's like, you don't say that because it's stupid. Something like that would just be ridiculously clever that they could do. That's what I'd like to see in the new film. But I'm just looking forward to seeing it, because just by the sound of it and like what people are saying, it's going to be amazing. So that's my prediction for Star Wars The Force Awakens. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm sorry it's a bit more of a different vlogmas. It hasn't really had a lot of vlogging to it. It's just been like a quick film that I've put together, just because I've filmed a lot of today and put it in yesterday's video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in Vlogmas Day 16, where I will be going to see Star Wars. Oh my god, it's lovely, it's amazing to think that the day this video goes up will be the day before Star Wars comes out, and the day after I will be going to see the film. So the evening you are watching this, I am probably running around my room going, Star Wars comes out tomorrow, Star Wars comes out tomorrow. So yeah, thanks so much for watching guys, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.